All right, Delhi for the past 24 hours has had a bit of a Lagan moment. We're all looking into the sky and wondering if it's going to rain. All of this is thanks to a great scientific experiment called cloud seeding. We've been reporting about it continuously for the past 24 hours, but now I have with me the man of the hour. Please join me in welcoming Manindra Agarwal, the Director of Indian Institute of Technology, IIT Kanpur, with us here on the broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us here on India Today, sir.
It's a pleasure.
Have you seen the movie Lagan, sir? Are you also feeling like it? We're all waiting for that Lagan moment.
Yeah, yesterday was a
hogi?
bit surreal. Yeah, so many people had so much expectation. All the media was looking, following it up so closely. So it is a little bit of I'm sure it's a bit of a letdown that we could not get it rain yesterday. Unfortunately, the clouds we had a very low moisture content, only about 15%. So we knew that we won't be able to cause it to rain, but we went ahead because we uh, wanted to collect data, the correlation data, that how much moisture content is there, how much seeding we do, and what impact does it have on the ground. So that we got very good data from yesterday's sorties.
I'll get to the data in just a bit, sir. But first, if you could address the latest issue. Just yesterday, you said that you will be making more attempts today. But now you have paused the cloud seeding experiment in Delhi. Why is that?
Yeah. Oh, because yesterday, the prediction for today was that there will be clouds with the higher moisture content. But today morning, that was revised, that the moisture content is going to be even lower than yesterday. And the height of the clouds will also be pretty high, that no more than 12, 13,000 feet. So with that kind of clouds, it's anyway very little we can do about. So we therefore have decided not to go ahead today. Instead, we'll wait uh, for an opportune moment, which hopefully we'll get in next few days, and then we try again.
Do you have a timeline, sir, a window in mind?
So again, these things are very unpredictable. So the data which we have today shows that in next 4 or 5 days, we will get some reasonable clouds. So we'll wait for it and hope that that prediction becomes a reality.
Okay. So, sir, yesterday when you did do 2 rounds of cloud seeding, I'm just repeating what your team has been sharing with me so far, and correct me if I'm wrong. 2 rounds of cloud seeding happened yesterday. 6 shots in the first flight, 8 shots in the second flight after that. Did you not anticipate the movement, the weather patterns by then? Or in your anticipation, did things change last minute, mid-air, or perhaps even after seeding?
No, we knew at the time of flying already because this information we get from the IMD and other sources that what is the moisture content in the clouds. So we knew that the moisture content is not high. We went ahead with it because, like I mentioned earlier, we wanted to collect the data. We had measurement set up at multiple locations in Delhi. And so we could collect good data from there.
I see, sir. So you went into the first experiment, the 2 rounds, knowing fully well that it just might not be successful. Am I to understand that correctly?
Is successful in terms of making it rain, yes. But then if one measures success by seeing if has the PM 2.5 and PM 10 level come down, it didn't come down by much, but it did come down by about, depending on which location we measured, between 10 to 20%.
10 to 20%. Can you convert that in terms of points for us? We understand AQI and PM 2.5 in numeric value.
Yeah, so AQI, I think our guys haven't done the calculation. We were just measuring 2.5 and 10 content because that's kind of easier to measure. So AQI terms, I won't say it would have made very big difference. Maybe a 10% reduction, perhaps.
Okay. So, sir, how was this timing then decided? I'm just trying to understand that historically, when we've seen cloud seeding being done in countries across the globe, they either happen before an event or around a time when there is an urgent need. What was the thinking then to do it in this window of October 28th to 30th, where you are only saying, knowing fully well it would not result in rain?
No, it's our window is not just this. Our window is from now onwards for the entire winter period, because that is the time when there is a high level of pollution in NCR region. So in this winter season, whenever we find that there are reasonable clouds, we will make an attempt.
You will make an attempt. All right. So I just want to get down to the question of understanding what cloud seeding really does. You are the scientist. You know the tech and the science behind it. All of us are just, like I said, having a Lagan moment, waiting for the weather gods to actually turn in our favor. But from what I understand and what my research tells me, cloud seeding is at most a bit of a nudge to make it rain. Cloud seeding doesn't really cause rain. A lot of other weather patterns have to be favorable. Is that a correct understanding?
That's absolutely correct understanding. For cloud seeding, clouds have to be there. There has to be reasonable amount of moisture in the clouds. And you very rightly put it as a nudge. If there is a very high moisture content in the cloud, then it is going to rain anyway. If there is very little moisture content in the cloud, which was, for example, yesterday, then it isn't going to rain, no matter what we try. In between, the seeding helps providing that nudge. When there is a decent moisture content, but not enough for it to rain naturally, or to rain very little naturally, the cloud seeding can help increase the amount of rain.
Okay. Okay, sir. But what exactly do you think, or how much do you think cloud seeding in its best case scenario of rain will impact air pollution in Delhi? I just want to, for a perspective of our viewers who are perhaps not as in sync with this news, let's just give some examples. For example, in China, when they tried cloud seeding, they did it just before the games or after, before an event when they needed air cleared out for a matter of 3 to 4 days. In UAE, when they did it to try and fight out drought. In US, when they tried it, they wanted snow. For pollution per se, a long-term pollution problem like Delhi and India, how much of a success do you think cloud seeding can bring?
So I should make it very clear. Cloud seeding is not a solution to the problem of pollution. It's an SOS measure. When you have high levels of pollution, people are suffering, then it is a tool which is available which can help reduce the level of pollution for certain period of time. If the sources of pollution are not addressed, then this pollution will come back. So cloud seeding, therefore, the best case scenario for cloud seeding would be to bring down the pollution, let's say bring AQI below 100 for 3-4 days. That's the best case scenario. Then it will go up if the sources of pollution remain there, because they will keep on pumping more and more polluting particles. So the long-term or permanent solution to the problem of pollution is to curb these sources.
Right.
And then cloud seeding will not be needed at all.
Right, sir. Right. That's interesting. You actually say it very, very clearly, because that was my understanding as well, that cloud seeding at max can bring down the AQI levels to a few hundred points for a few hours to a few days. It is
Yes.
but a band-aid or perhaps a temporary respite from pollution, not a solution to pollution.
Correct.
Right, sir. Which then brings me to how do we even understand if this is what is really required? There are questions being raised on the cost. We've been gathering from sources that the deal that you have with the Delhi government is for about 3.5 crore for 10 seeding attempts. And is that correct, sir? And do you think what we're trying to achieve then matches with the cost involved?
Yeah, but this is the cost which is a little on the, not little, more than a little high. And the reason is that there is a lot of fixed cost here. The aircraft, maintenance, pilots. Then if you are flying from Kanpur to Delhi, there is higher fuel cost as well. But once things get streamlined, one expects that we will be flying from somewhere near Delhi. All the fixed costs will get amortized. Then the seeding cost then will be substantially less than what these numbers indicate. My back of the envelope calculation is that for a seeding, continuous seeding for an entire winter season, the cost will be 25 crores or thereabouts.
25
And
CR, you're saying?
yeah,
Okay.
and this for the entire 4 months of winter season. Whenever there are clouds, we go ahead and do the seeding. That is not, I would say, very substantial in terms of the overall budget to address the pollution problem in Delhi. So I would not worry that much about the cost part of it, but the fact that it is uh, a measure which is, when there is an SOS situation, then you have to, this is the solution that is available. So you do it, you spend some money, but ideally, one should not be spending this money. Ideally, one should not be requiring cloud seeding because one could address the sources of pollution. At the same time, one has to be practical that we cannot overnight tackle the sources of pollution. There is going to be a time period. And in that time period, this is a solution that's available.
Got it, got it. That's nicely put, sir. I think a very balanced answer over there. I want to then understand from you, if you're saying this will be consistently done over 4 to 5 months of the winter period lasting in Delhi NCR, there are scientific evidence that too much of cloud seeding can also be detrimental. Now, thanks to social media, we have everybody talking about sodium iodine and salts, etc., that are used. Can you, yes, can you then clarify once and for all for our Indian audiences, especially in Delhi, that if they receive rain because of cloud seeding, does it or does it not have a health impact?
It has no health impact. And the confidence in my statement stems from the very simple mathematical calculation. In our seeding mixture, there are 3 types of ingredients. One is silver iodide, second is rock salt, and third is common salt. Now, rock salt and common salt, of course, don't cause any harm. It's the silver iodide that can be harmful if it is present in large quantities. Now, our seeding mixture and the amount of seeding that we do will basically spread less than 1 kilogram of silver iodide over an area of 100 square kilometers. You do the calculation, over something as large as 1 square kilometer, the amount of silver iodide will be less than 10 grams. And so this is such a negligible amount of silver iodide that it makes no difference at all in terms of any health hazard or such things.
So no
At the same
health
time,
as a...
all the same time, we are just to reconfirm it. We have set up the instrumentations, and we are taking soil samples as well uh, to see what, if any, changes are occurring when we do seeding.
I see, sir. I see. Soil samples and otherwise to sort of monitor results later on. So can I then ask you the relationship every time there is an experiment, scientific experiment done like this, which impacts so many people, we get very excited and perhaps look at institutions like yours with a lot of respect as well, that India is capable of doing something like that. So kudos to you and your team. I want to go back to understanding how did this association even start? When was the first time you thought about cloud seeding? Did the Delhi government come to you with that idea? Were you already sitting on it? You took it to them? How did this marriage start?
Well, it started, the whole cloud seeding idea in IIT Kanpur started many years ago when there was a partnership with the government of UP with the aim of developing this technology. We have been importing this technology from outside, and the idea was to in-house development of this. And over a period of time, we developed, because we had our own aircraft, we were importing these flares, but over a period of time, we developed our own flares. They are now being made in Shivakashi. And the salt mixture also, which was purely silver iodide that is prescribed everywhere, everybody uses that. But we developed our own mixture of salts. And so pretty much everything is in-house developed. Then we, because Delhi suffers from pollution every year, and we did reach out to the government of Delhi a few years ago with this idea or proposal. But Delhi also has the problem of permissions. There is a very difficult to get permissions from DGCA and many other agencies to actually fly an aircraft and do the seeding. So that's where things got stalled and didn't move forward until earlier this year when the Minister Sirsa, who really took the leadership in this, and all credit to him, he personally ensured that all permissions are available to us, and so that we can do the seeding.
Got it. Sir, you've answered all my questions very, very, in the best way, in a very nuanced way. I have to ask you the last one that I'm getting as a pop-up on my screen right now. People watching this interview are then perhaps from the opposition also saying that for a project that costs 25 crore for just 4 months does not lead to bringing down pollution. Is it really worth it? And why did you do it now? Was it political pressure? Do you want to take that on?
Look, the cost-benefit analysis of this, one would be able to do more clearly once, let's say, the entire season goes past. Because one also has to take in that suppose there is a rain, suppose the AQI does come down for, say, 2 days, by how much the negative health impact has reduced, and what is its cost. So once one does that, then one can do a comparison whether this spending 25 crore was worthwhile or not. I can't answer that right now. Maybe it turns out that it was not desirable, and then it can be discontinued. But
got it.
This is a scientific experiment. This is an attempt to try new things out. And the jury's out. We'll see at the end of the day where we stand.
All right. Thank you so much for taking all those questions, sir. Better luck next time, and we'll keep in touch to see how this goes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.